YugiNoNo.
It's King Prepare.
Alright, you guys, so there will be a skit as I promised in yesterday's video, but I just needed to open this starter deck Link Strike. I needed to do it. This is the first Link legal set, you guys. This is what brings us Link format. This is what brings us Link monsters, all of that stuff, the new rules, the pendulum zone changes, everything. This is it. So it needs to be opened. It needs to be opened and it needs to be talked about. So I'm going to open this up as I fail at doing so. I'm mutilating this box, so we have all this stuff. Link Slayer looks awesome, by the way. Link Slayer looks way cool. So let's remove this plastic, and before we get to the cards, so here's our new beginner's guide, our new rule book. For you guys that don't know, how Link summoning works, or you don't know the new pendulum rule changes, you might want to read this. I think most of you guys know how to read. I know some Yu-Gi-Oh players apparently can't read, otherwise they'd be, a little better. But here we go. Then we have the new mats. This is the new mat, and what's really funny, you guys, I'm gonna point something out. Konami is just a bunch of cheap bastards. I mean, granted. So if your opponent has another one of these starter deck mats, they can put it against yours, and you'd have like a whole zone. But who wants to do that? Who wants to do that? They have a habit of cutting off zones, you guys, because here's a mat where the graveyard and the field zone are cut off. They are just, it would be too much trouble to make these a little bit bigger. It'd be way too much trouble. Cheap bastards, you guys, cheap bastards. But let's go ahead and move on here. I mean, this is pretty cool. I don't really like the rule change to pendulums, but it does kind of simplify things with the extra deck monster zones. But yeah, be sure to read the rules, you guys. Very important, because I mean, this book right here, this is gonna be your Bible. This is gonna be it. I mean, you're gonna need to study that thing and get used to the rules, and you're gonna need to learn how to play with these rules. If you're gonna stay good at Yu-Gi-Oh, or if you're gonna get good at Yu-Gi-Oh, you need to pay attention to the rules. So let's see if I can get this open. There's like these tab things at the top. Come on. Come on. Don't you just hate when that happens? Cheap bastards, you guys. Cheap bastards, I'm telling you. Alright, I'm having to like slowly peel this apart. There we go. Alright, you guys, so are you ready for this? Are you ready for this?
Y'all ready for this?
Link Slayer, level 5 Cyberse, which is the new monster type in Yu-Gi-Oh! If you control no monsters, you can special summon this card. Once per turn, you can discard up to 2 cards, then target that many spells and traps on the field, destroy them. Not a terrible card at all. And then we have the much talked about Decode Talker. So 2+ effect monsters, gains 500 attack for each monster it points to. When your opponent activates a card or effect that targets a card you control, you can tribute 1 monster this card points to, negates the activation, and if you do, destroy that card. Not a bad card at all. This card is going to be made a lot, you guys. I can see it already. Same thing with Link Slayer. Link Slayer, I think, is going to be a very useful card. So I highly, based on these two, I actually recommend picking up the starter deck if you haven't already. Then we have the Ram Clouder. I'm not going to read all of these to you guys, but we have Honey Bots. Man, these are so weird looking to me. Link Spider. Seeing Link monsters actually in person and holding them, it's like holding a pendulum monster for the first time, when those came out. It's very bizarre almost, it's very weird, because you see these, months in advance, and then you actually get them and you're like, what is this? Is this the real life? But anyways, I will read Honeybot to you. Neither player can target monsters this card points to with card effects, and those monsters cannot be destroyed by battle. So Link monsters are going to be very broken, you guys. Just like, they protect stuff that they point to and all that, and it's going to make the game a little bit slower in that aspect. But a lot of people are going to be fighting against Link monsters, because Link summoning actually will make the game faster. Maybe not immediately, but it will. You just watch. It'll be faster than Pepe format, for example. Maybe not faster than full power Pepe format, but it'll get up there. It'll get up there. We have Bitron next, and then we have a Draconet. We have a Galaxy Serpent, Mystery Shell Dragon. A lot of these are reprints. Keep that in mind. We have a Beast King Barbaros, and then we have Cyber Dragon. Oh, my boy, my baby boy. Cyber Dragon. Then we have Photon Thrasher, really great reprint. Exterior Universe, which is GOAT. Get over it. Then we have an Evil Swarm Mandragora. We have a Marauding Captain. Seigan, this is the new errata for Seigan. Nice, nice. We have Curry Bandits, good reprint, good card. We have Marshmallow. I'm not sure why that got reprinted. I cannot turn my powers off right now. I'm not even gonna try. We, like I said, I don't know why that got reprinted. Card D, always a good reprint, +1 card. Raiko, the Lightsworn Hunter. We have Battle Fader, Swift Scarecrow, good reprints. Effect Veiler, another really good reprint. Cynet Universe, crazy. This one's nuts. All link monsters you control gain 300 attack. Once per turn, you can target one monster in your graveyard, shuffle it into the deck. If this card on the field is destroyed by a card effect, send all monsters in the extra monster zones to the graveyard. Crazy, crazy. And then Monster Reincarnation, good reprints. Dark Hole, always a good reprint. Mystical Space Typhoon, always a good reprint. Book of Moon, always a good reprint. Forbidden Lance reprint, always a good reprint. United We Stand, Pot of Duality, always a good reprint. Burden of the Mighty. Supply Squad, cool. Terraforming, great reprint. Jar of Avarice, another pretty decent reprint. Call of the Haunted, good. Mirror Force, this is full of good. Ring of Destruction, even. This is just full of Bottomless Trap Hole, just full of really good reprints, you guys. Compulse, Fiendish Chain, Dark Bribe. This has got to be like the best reprint starter deck I have seen. I mean, I think it is. I think this is the best reprint starter deck. Keep in mind, starter deck, not structure deck, that I have seen. This is actually really, really good. It is, you know, for you guys that are just picking up the game and maybe starting with link format, definitely pick this up because, you know, a lot of these cards you will see throughout many different formats in Yu-Gi-Oh! Especially if you want to play in like more retro or past formats, you will need to familiarize yourself with these cards like Torrential Tribute, Mirror Force, Ring of Destruction, Bottomless, I mean, Compulse. These are all staple cards in some formats or another, or maybe even in formats in the future. Compulse is on and off. Bottomless, depending on the, it really depends on the deck for Bottomless. Ring of Destruction, not as much anymore since the errata. Mirror Force, on and off, depends on the deck. Torrential Tribute, though, on and off, definitely. It's a really great card. This is a defensive Dark Hole, think of it that way. And then, you know, Terraforming searches out a field spell. Forbidden Lands protects your stuff. Book of Moon is just such a versatile card. Mystical Space Typhoon is a back row pop. Dark Hole blows up the field. Monster Reincarnation gets you a monster back by pitching a card. I mean, Effect Veiler, you get is a hand trap. It's one of the best hand traps of all time. So yeah, you guys, if you are looking to pick up, you know, pick up the game and stuff, this is a really good reprint set. It's a good set to, you know, pick up and just start playing the game, get used to how the game works. And yeah, and these cards are actually really, really good. I would say I wish that this had an extra deck monster or two in it to demonstrate, you know, when a link monster opens up a zone, you know what I mean? When, well, better example, when a link monster opens up a zone, how you can, you know, summon an extra deck monster to that main monster zone. I wish that they had a you know, extra deck monster in here, at least one to demonstrate to the kids, you know. But other than that, guys, I give this starter deck a huge dick slap. I mean, Konami actually did a really good job on this. And once again, I highly recommend picking it up, especially if you are a newer player. And I highly recommend even older players to pick this up, to pick up these, you know, these newly staple link monsters. But yeah, guys, go ahead and tell me what you think about link monsters. I'm sure the comments are going to be polarizing on this subject, but they are out now. There's nothing that you can do about it. There's no fighting it. It's here. It's here. I'm holding it. I mean, I'm holding it. It's right here. You have to just get used to it. But hopefully the comment section isn't too bad for you guys that have genuine thoughts. I hope it's not too bad. But either way, guys, be sure to dick slap that like button and subscribe. Subscribe.